In MoneyWatch now, the $1.9 trillion stimulus package is set to become law this week, and it includes programs specifically aimed to help millions of struggling parents. In addition to $1,400 direct payments and an extension of federal unemployment benefits, some families will also be receiving extra money through an expanded child tax credit. So for more on this, I want to bring in MoneyWatch reporter Aimee Picchi. Aimee, how does this child tax credit work under the American Rescue Plan? People are familiar with the annual tax credit that they get when they fill out their taxes. This is different.
Yeah, thanks for having me on to talk about this, because this is one of the most important pieces of the bill in terms of helping families directly through this aid. So how it works is that this is a longstanding tax credit. The child tax credit is something you claim on your tax returns once a year, and it's about $2,000 per child. So what this is going to be doing now is expanding that tax credit in a number of ways. First of all, it's going to be more money. It's going to be up to $3,600 per child for children up to 6, and $3,000 per child for children 6 to 17. And the other thing it does is it makes it applicable for almost all households, actually. One of the odd things about the child tax credit is that it doesn't give the full benefit to extremely low-earning families. So one of its problems was that it mostly helped kind of lower middle-income families to actually higher-income families, in that 40% of the benefit went to households earning over $100,000, and only 15% went to households earning under $30,000. So, anti-poverty experts would say, it's not really doing the job it's designed to do. It's not helping the most needy families. So now this child tax credit will apply to all families, no matter what they earn, which is huge news. And there's one other big difference, is that they're going to be paying the child tax credit on a monthly basis from July to December. So instead of getting the tax benefit when you file your taxes once a year, you're going to get monthly payments from July to December. And that's important because a lot of low-income families have incredible income. Their income can fluctuate quite a bit month to month. They're working perhaps low-wage jobs where their hours are cut one week from another. So knowing that they're going to get a monthly check, at least for that half of a year, is going to help them a lot, especially as we're still recovering from the economic hit of the pandemic.
Yeah, that's what I hear people say over and over again about this, that it offers some sort of stability, something that you can count on so you can, kind of plan for your future. I just want to clarify that, this is attached to the COVID relief bill. Right now, it's sort of a one-time thing, right?
That's right. This is a one-year expansion of the tax credit. So, right now, it's kind of being viewed a little bit as an experiment. Let's see what happens. Let's see how this impacts families and helps families. But Democratic lawmakers are pushing to extend this into something that would become permanent. And, one of the reasons they say it should be permanent is, first of all, it fixes that problem of not reaching the lowest income families in the U.S. And that's a really important change to make and make permanent.
And so there is sort of a cap. You can make too much money to qualify for it. But if you do, the yearly tax credit still applies to you.
So it's kind of similar to the stimulus checks that we've seen. So this tax credit has an income cap of $75,000 for single people, $150,000 for married couples. But and then it kind of phases out for income above that. But if you earn too much for this full $3,000 or $3,600 tax credit per child, you still get the $2,000 child tax credit. So even if you're higher income, you're still going to get the child tax credit. It's just not going to be the expanded version that's in this bill.
And if you are filing your taxes, anything you should know?
Well, this is a big question about how is this going to be implemented. I think the thought is that this is going to be similar to what we saw with the stimulus checks, that the IRS is going to distribute the money based on your most recent income tax return. And so, that's another reason why some tax preparers are saying you should perhaps get your tax returns in quickly, especially if you lost income in the last tax year in 2020, because that's what the IRS is going to be looking to determine whether you qualify for this tax credit, similar to the stimulus checks that we've seen. So, if you lost money, you had a bad year last year, like so many people did, or you had a child last year, that's going to give you access to this tax credit. File your returns so the IRS knows, oh, okay, you don't have one child, you actually have two now because you had a child last year. So that's really important to understand.
All good information, Aimee. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me on.